special recognition. I got a special recognition from the people from my uplines, and got another beautiful pin. And it came with a lot of incentives from the senior manager. Now, currently, from a senior manager, you get to a level we call executive manager. A beautiful, beautiful step. I remember our times, that step wasn't existing. But what was required to be done to achieve now the current executive pin, I did it some point back, and I could see the level of payment is rising. I could see the percentage of the volume, the percentage of which the company pays me goes slightly higher. And this kept on encouraging me. And it is at that senior manager level that I realized why my first dream, which was to shift from a house I was paying 1,000 shillings to a house I wanted to pay at least 3,000 shillings. So it is through making that step to a senior manager level that helped me realize the dream that got me started into the opportunity. Now, the most important thing that we always encourage you to become is a level we call director. Why is it so important for you to always focus and step up to a director level? Number one, the company starts treating you in a different, special way once you get into a director. Number two, the company starts inviting you for a lifestyle in these big hotels in Nairobi. These are privileges that you are going to get once you make your step to a director level. And that is the bottom line of every distributor who gets started into Neolife. We always work to make sure that every distributor that comes on board, our target with you is always to land at a director level. Why? Because that is where you start enjoying life. And another point that you are going to enjoy by stepping up to a director level is the company will start giving you some little incentives. You're going to get a folder written Neolife International Director. And that is something that really motivated me, because I got one when I got to a director level. And you'll now start walking along the street as a CEO, and that is a privilege that many of us have seen through Neolife by becoming a director. I could imagine along the street a former watchman now walking with this folder written Neolife Director. And you earn some respect, even from the friends and people who knows you and people who knew me as a watchman. To me, it was really a good thing. Another thing that you are going to get is the company is going to, you're going to start earning at the highest percentage of the compensation plan. Why? When you get to a director level, the company starts paying you at 25%. 25% of everything that happens in your business. And that is a privilege that you only get when you get to a director level. Being an executive manager, it is beautiful, but it doesn't hit you, it doesn't take you to that much level. So making step to become a director is usually a privilege, and many people should work so much on it and to become a director. Another thing that you're going to enjoy by stepping up to a director is you're going to get a beautiful pin written Neolife International Director. So even if you are a watchman like me and you have your director pin at the chest, everywhere you go, everyone understands that you are a director. And this will help you gain much confidence in you. It gave me the confidence. It built my believability so much into the business. it made me realize that even without much education, we can make the money we've always desired to make in this world. So it is a privilege. And stepping up has also helped me as Eric. I remember because of that consistency of the directorship, the last event we did in Kenya at KICC, I never paid even a single coin. Why? Because the company appreciated me of the work I've been doing as a director. And these are some of the things that I never bargained for when I got started. But because I made that step to become a director, I continued building the directorship level business. The company appreciated me. I got invitation for the dinner, and it really gave me a lot of privileges that I never thought I am going to enjoy as a watchman. So whoever is on this call today, I want to encourage you. Once, the moment you get to a new life business, remember, always our focus for you is always to become a director. Why? Because we believe that is where everything good starts. But remember, you must always start from down. But as you continue making these steps, you grow gradually, you grow psychologically. To me, today, if I look at myself as the same person who was starting the business 11 years ago, I see like a lot has really changed in me in terms of personal growth, in terms of dress code, in terms of many, many things. And these are the things that I have gotten along the way by stepping up to these levels that I am. Now, if you make a slight sweet mistake by stepping up now to a world team, you start enjoying even more. Because in fact, when I was getting into director, I got an incentive from my director back then, about 10,000 shillings. And these incentives really motivated me. I got money. I got more money as a director. And it really got me motivated again. And when I got my latest step to our team, I got another incentive from my PT, who is on this call today. She gave me about 10,000 shillings. I got another incentive from the company, about 32,000 Kenyan shillings, and those are besides my check. And these are some of the things that have always motivated me and has always kept me moving. So whoever is on this call today, I believe from where you are, I honestly believe you are not comfortable with that step. But I want to encourage you, there's something you can always do towards changing the pain that you're having. You could be a manager today. Work so hard so that you become a senior manager. There's a lot of benefit. You could be a senior manager today, work so hard to become an executive manager. It has got a lot of benefits. You could be an executive manager today, work so hard so that you can be, you reach the director level. You could be a director today, work so hard to make these steps that are ahead of us. No one is allergic to money, and making these steps comes with more advantages in terms of finance. Back to you, Judy. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Eric, for that. I'm sure you've really taken it through the best way possible. You've done it so practically. So for the new people that has come to our team, just know that that is the same process that you are going to follow. You are going to be supported by your sponsor. Actually, Eric has been invited to Windsor. I think they'll be going to Mombasa this time. That's where they are going for a holiday courtesy of the company. I'm sure he's just waiting for the COVID cases to subside, and the date is going to be set, and they are going to enjoy themselves in Mombasa. And I'm so happy when you see people come into the business, they take all the steps, and they are able now to enjoy the benefit. You know, that is the only way you can know huyu mtu amembilifu kwa biashara vizuri na vile ulimwambia amepata. And I feel so excited for you, Eric. And I'm sure you are a role model for many people. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you feel that maybe umemaliza form 4 na life imeisha, life injaisha. Ukikuja kwa hii biashara ni kuanza inaanza na maisha inaanza na life inakuwa mzuri. Kwa hivyo Eric, we are so happy. I'm sure you have shared your very best with these people, and I'm sure we are going to see those people who have taken their next step. And maybe I may have to pause a bit so that we can, yeah, just a minute. So I'm going to share my screen. Yeah, we are going. So that is Eric and Diane. I'm sure you have seen their photo there. They were never there when they came last time, but now their photo can actually appear on the screen like for other people, even yours. In the next 2-3 months, or even this month, your photo can appear there when you become a director. We are going to put your photo here and we can all be able to enjoy it. So I'm now going to recognize those who have come here for the very first time and they have taken their next step. Sorry. The screen is not. So those people that have become managers, then the people who have now graduated from distributors, they have now gone to the next step of becoming a new manager. And of course, they have earned their very first check. If you go to your account, or if you wanted to be paid via M-Pesa, if you wanted to be paid through the bank, I'm sure you have already gotten your money. Maybe some got on Friday. There are those who got yesterday, and I'm sure your money is safely with you. And so I want to see those people that became new managers last month. We have Joshua and Salome, and then we have Joel Oduor and Caroline Wasike, Mary and Joseph Moshira, Same Kamau and Mary Ann, Agnes Kiptum and Matthew, Daniel and Beatrice Makoka, Simon Wareba Mongoni, Rosemary Mwandoro and David, Monica Bungu and Geoffrey, Catherine and Francis Jogona, Agnes Atamba, Jennifer Mudhui and Daniel Iriga, Fane Ombogo, Samson Ogongo and Grace, John Wahome and Grandes Wanjira, Rosemary Sewe and Peter Kamau, Simon Musembi and Regina Damboki. Congratulations on stepping up to your manager step, and I'm sure you're not going to stay there. You know, sometimes ukienda kwa mtu anakuambianga welcome and sit down. Hapa ni welcome and take your next step. And we want to see those people that became new senior managers. And I know there are those people who are managers, they have taken their steps previously. We also recognize you and tell you congratulations. And what you can do is that you go for your next step. I'm sure you can be able to do it. Our new managers for us month is Idris, Mapena, and Mwana Harima, Stanley Gatimu and Susani Wangare, Samuel Azarias and Grandes Wanini, Omar Opara and Shumi Omar. Then we have our qualified senior managers. These are our senior managers who have done 1,000 points and above, but they have not yet become directors. But we call them the assistant directors, and I'm sure we have Brian Otieno and Geoffrey Onyango, Simeon Jumba and Emery Kefa, and John Mwangi Mugo, Joshua Mwangi and Naomi Masharia, Kiprono Riket Bet, and he is all the way in Qatar and he is still doing the business. I always remember that he does his M-Pesa while he is there. He sent the Sondas to me and I'm able to forward it to him. And then we have Catherine Wangare Nyambura. Those are people who have become senior managers. And then of course we have the executive manager. These are the people that have done over 2,000 points, and we are so happy for you. The next step, of course, if you become a qualified senior manager, or maybe you are a senior manager, of course, the next step is becoming a director. But whoever has become a senior manager has done 1,000 points, and then the executive manager is anybody who has done 2,000 points. but they have not yet become a director. So they are so close to becoming a director, and we want to recognize somebody all the way in Mombasa, Jane Wero and Francis Wagura. They became executive manager last month, and congratulations. I know this month they are going to take their step, and of course, they have their director with them, that is Magdalene, all the way in Marindi. Congratulations, Jane, for the job well done. And so I expect this coming month, we are going to put your photo here as a brand new director for this coming month. And of course, with that, I also want to recognize the directors that are on this call. We have David Mutiria, Coleman Nyambu, Charo Paul, Ruth Rehema, Emma Minda, Dixon and Joyce Shangara, Millicent Nyamancha, Mercy Mukora, and David and Rachel Mutua, Jane Okotsi, Rivat Simba, Jane and Juni Mosetti, John Bosire, Grace and Philip Mbosire, Nancy Morioki, David Rubane, Rairo Namae, Douglas Musau, Damaris Wangoi, Veronice, James Muguna, Dorothy Wandwa, Rhea Morioki, Angeline Mumo, Gideon Mumo, Robert Betty Kamau, Joyce GICHURU, and Juliet Bibi. Those are our directors. And then, of course, we have our Emerald directors, Mary and Steve Mengo, Philip and Danny Maviti, Anne and Gao Mangati, Grandis Monene, Patrick and Grandis Masharia, Anap and Savia Asi, Carissa Ndama, Korman Nyambu, and Magdalene Kitema. Those are our Emerald directors. And the directors, I sincerely want to salute you for the job well done. I know by myself, I cannot be able to handle this team. By myself, I cannot be able to reach everybody, every corner of Kenya. I know some of you are doing your business in various towns. Others are in Machakos, others are in Mombasa, others are in Kakamega. By myself, I cannot be able to do it. So I sincerely want to congratulate you for the job well done. And then, of course, I want to invite our next speaker to talk to us about the power of one. This is GLADYS. And the power of one is a topic that I really do enjoy. I enjoy this topic each and every other time because I know one person in your team can mean a great difference in your team. So I want to welcome GLADYS to take us through the power of one. Welcome, GLADYS. Hi, GLADYS.
Hi, Judy.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. And as Judy has said, sorry about that. As Judy has said, my name is GLADYS. I've been in the business for quite a while, and it's been a very exciting journey, I can tell you for sure. And at the point where we come for recognition, it's an exciting point because this is a point where we realize that a month is gone and another one has come. And so we thank God for that. For me, I'm going to take you through a simple thing about the power of one, because in our business, there's what we call, along the way, if you're consistent and serious in the business, you do get someone called a catalyst. A catalyst is somebody who will come into your business and change the chemistry of the business completely. And so as you keep doing the basics, where basics is, of course, you have a name list, you contact people every day, you do what we call the QIs, you qualify interviews, then you go ahead and do a real presentation to somebody who is interested, you invite them for meetings, and along the way, you get people joining the business. And when people join the business, you find that there are those who will come in and those who will fall in. And that is why we are told we need to do a 3 in 30. It's very important to have a 3 in 30, very, very important. Because with a 3 in 30, it means that usually what happens is one person will fall off, another one will remain just as a customer. They may be buying on and off for consistently, and another one will be a business builder. So you find for every 3 people you've sponsored, only one may become a business builder. And even that, even if you have 3 or 4 or 5, 6 business builders, you find along the way you still haven't gotten the person who can propel the business to the next level. And so it's very important to keep sponsoring, because along the way as you sponsor, you actually get one person who can come and change the chemistry of the business completely. And that's why we are talking about the power of one. So there are many examples of people who've changed, who've had one person come and change their business completely. Maybe I can give just one example that has excited me all the years. And that is an example from Mexico, where a lady was a struggling distributor. She was a director for many years. And one day she decided to go to the show, like the way you go to the show in Kenya. And she put a table. And on that table, while she was there, she got one visitor who was a doctor, Dr. Gonzalez. And Dr. Gonzalez looked at her table, looked at her product, and he saw omega-3. And he read the New Life omega-3 and he got totally excited. He was a doctor of anti-aging and longevity. And he had done a lot of studies on omega-3. And he decided to become a distributor. And what happened thereafter is that Dr. Gonzalez became a 5-diamond director. So you can imagine that changed the chemistry of that business forever. And even us along the way, we all know that once we are in business, you do have that one person who came and changed the chemistry of your business. But I know that if we keep going and we keep doing what we are being told, like the way we were taught on Saturday by Hansi Kronje, you find that you'll get that happening and the rest will be history. So for me, that's what I want to tell you. Hang in there until you get your catalysts, until your business blows over and you become a testimony on that area. Thank you very much. Over to you, Judy.
Thank you so much, Gladys, for that. And so I'm going to share the screen once again. Yeah, and so that I can be able to it's about sponsoring. We want to see how we've been doing on sponsoring, and that is we start with the person who sponsored one person, and that is Francis Chalo, Paul, Mangati and Angao, Coleman, Samba and Frida, Mukila Deven and Beth Mwangangi, June Kemunto and Jane Kerubo, Philip Maviti and Dan Anduko, Francis Oroko and Mwanaindi Makeo, Karima and Ibrahim Ari, Ruth Rehema Mwashiwe, Magdalene Kafuku and John Kitema, Milton Mwavita Mwagwabi, Mary and Joseph Moshira, Josia and Esther Karunguma. Yeah. And then we go to Susan and Peter Karanja, Benson Kimkombei and Anne, Johnson Diongo and Elizabeth, Rhea and David Murioki, Brian Otieno and Joffrey, John Wahome and Grandis Wanjira, Esther Waheto, Rin Mwende Kamau, Friedrich Murevi Wadida, Josephine and Risa Nduka, Harrison Hare and Grandis Candizo, Patrick and Emery Munaro. Yeah. Those who have sponsored 2 persons, I want to congratulate you for sponsoring 1 person. I always say that when you sponsor 1 person, it makes a big difference than when you are not, than when you are sponsoring 0. Because if you say 1 + 1, if you sponsor 1 this month, 1 next month, in a year's time, you have 12 people. And if those 12 people can be able to sponsor 1 person, then that means you have more than actually 50 people in a year. And that is a plus in your business. And so I want to congratulate you for sponsoring 1 person. For me, I salute you. I know you did a great job and I congratulate you. And then of course we have personal sponsoring, which is Mary and those who are sponsored 2 people. That is Mary and Stephen Mengo, and David Mutue and Rachel Mudini, and George Bosire Misati, Salfia Ifra Hasi, Carissa, Rachel Dama, and John Gombo, Charles and Irene Mwashwabi. Yeah, Charles and Irene Mwashabi. Those people have sponsored 2 people in the last 1 month. Last month we did have a 3 in 30. We've never missed a 3 in 30, but for the very first time we missed a 3 in 30 every single month. But I know this month of July, we are going to have so many people doing a 3 in 30. Yeah, because we have the power of conversion. Tell yourself every day that you are sponsoring, you are sponsoring, you are sponsoring, you are sponsoring. Otherwise, congratulations. And so I want to invite our next speaker, which is Mary, to come and talk to us the importance of doing your personal points. That is sharing the products with yourself and sharing the products with your customers. So I want to invite Mary to take us in the next topic. Mary, welcome.
Thank you, Judy. Good evening, everyone. As you have heard, my name is Mary Mengo. I'm here with Steve Mengo, and we do the business together. We have been with the New Life for the last 21 years. It has been a journey, a very good journey. It has been a holiday every other time. And what makes us do this business is because we needed to have a life like now. When we age, at least we'll be having something where we can learn about and help other people, and of course, keep our health. We'll talk about personal PV or personal performance. When you come in this business and you do your personal performance, nicely, of course, you get good check for that matter because you are paid fully 25%. But then before you do all this, first you ask yourself, why did you come in this business? What made me personally to partner in New Life was my health. I partnered in New Life in year 2000 because I had arthritis and I was recommended the products by my friend. I used the products for New Life products. And today, 19 years down the line, I do not have arthritis at all and my health is good. So when you come, when every month when it comes the end of the month, make sure that you set your goal on what you want to do in your personal performance. For the last month, so every other month, I set my goal to do my personal points. I don't achieve, but this month I did achieve of what I had already planned or I had set the goal, which you'll hear later. And I in fact, I even bypassed a little. And every month, like now I've done that, I'm going also to now this month I've set now a higher goal. So it's always very important to set your goal of what you want to do. So when it comes to end month, I know always we sing that, we keep on saying that we are closing the warehouse. We are closing. So when you say that you are closing the warehouse, are you closing your shop? Me, when you are closing the warehouse, I do not close my shop. I keep my shop open. In fact, I close as I continue. If now like the month end was Monday. As we were closing the month end, I was processing orders for this month. So at one given time, don't think of closing your shop. Keep your shop open, keep it continuing. Don't say that you are closing your business because once you close your business, you are done. So one thing which makes me happy is when I use the products because I came purely to use the products for New Life. So when I use the products, when you use the products like I do, one thing you are going to believe on them. You are going to believe on the products and you are going to have a story and be 100% user. When you have your story, you share your story with the people. For the last 21, this is my 21st year. For the last 20 years, I have been sharing my story up to date about what I use for my arthritis and also for my skin and other many things. So me, I'm 100% user. So always make sure that you are 100% user of these products. So how do you share your story? Share your story about a product. You could be having a product you love. Me, my star product is skincare. I push a lot of skincare every month. And that means pushing means I sell. I share about my skin and also other products I do. Not when I do my skincare, I don't do other products. So I'm 100% user. So whom do you share your story with? Share your stories with your friends, your relatives, your neighbors, and everybody you meet. Share your story, everybody you know. Don't shy, because your story is very powerful. Your story is your weapon. A story about what you do, a story about a product. And in that way, you are going to get an order, and you are going to keep your shop open all the time, because somebody out there is waiting for you to help them, so that they can either recover their health. Maybe they are not. If they you don't share your story, just go looking for sick people. No, look for everybody, because when you look for everybody and they supplement, you are going to get to where you have been having to be. Remember, a satisfied customer will always refer you to somebody else. If you satisfy a customer, will always refer you to somebody. So keep on sharing your story so that you can get these people. So number 3, build a strong relationship with your customers. With your customers, you must build a very strong relationship, such that your customer cannot buy from anybody else. Even if you are outside the country, wherever you are, hata kama umeenda, they will always tell you, nitakungojea. Ama, can you tell me if I get to the shop, can I buy with your number? Can you send me your ID number so that I can do my shopping? Always make sure that you make a very strong relationship with your customers. And if they cannot buy from somebody else, they have to wait for you. Always, I'm telling you, they are going to refer you to somebody else. So how do you build the strong relationship? How do you build a strong relationship? Recognize your customers. Recognize them. Give them gifts, and especially during like Christmas, when it comes to their birthdays, maybe their pre-weddings, their weddings, anything they are doing which you feel that you can recognize them, give them a gift. In that way, this customer will get stuck to you, and this customer will never go anywhere. Offer them discounts, give them discounts. So when it comes to this time, you can just say you offer them like a percentage, like 2%, 3%, 5%, depending on the profit you are going to make from that customer. That means before you give your customers a discount, you must sit down and work out. If you get this profit, well, because you are going to give them at a retail price. If you give them at this price and you give them such this discount, are you left with some money where you can save little for your next product for your own usage? Because from the profits is where we buy our products for our own usage. Because when you buy for our own usage, of course, we save up to even 18 to 25%. So make sure that for your customers, you have to recognize them, and then you offer them the discounts. I've said that. Then you must make sure that you retain this customer, because when you give them incentives and you recognize them, you are going to retain this customer. This customer can never ever go elsewhere, because it's your friend, has become a personal friend. Then you don't keep customers for long. Every time you supply this customer, if you have been with a customer for a long time, every time tell them, would you like to partner the company so that you can buy the products for yourself? Then change them to distributors. Don't keep on looking at this profit you are getting from them and let them, because if you don't know, you do not tell them, somebody else out there will invite them, and you'll be surprised to see them becoming a distributor under somebody else. So change them. In my team, most of the people I have, in fact, they have been my customers for a long time, and they come and I tell them it's about this, you can save, and they join the business. Then, and that was number 4. Then number 5, we have wholesale customers. And the wholesale customers, you also make more points from them. You also build your personal points from our wholesale customers. The wholesale customers are the distributors who left the business. They are customers who felt like they just want to distribute. Your distributors in your team, they felt that they wanted to relax. And even if you tell them to renew that, they are not sure, they are not willing to renew. So for those people, they'll come and you even give them your membership number, they will be buying. And because you have got to build with those people, you have got to build a very strong also relationship. You have got now to to bond. You have got to bond with the people who have been in your team. I have people in my team who left the business even almost 10 years ago, but to date, they use the products because they know the products. They come to the warehouse, I'm not even there, and they do the shop using my number. So make sure that you build a rapport with them. They have a very good relationship with them. Invite them for a cup of tea, invite them for lunch. Yeah, call them. When you make a little profit, when you make profit from, because they are bought, you have gotten a check from their points. Just one time, just say, you invite them for a cup of coffee, invite them for a lunch. Yeah, such people, they are going to build your personal points. And it's very, very important. But then don't forget to encourage them every time, remind them to either renew or rejoin the business again. So don't keep on just waiting for them to come and shop. Also remind them it's very important. If they can renew, they renew. If they can't renew, can you come and join again? If they keep on saying no, let them keep on buying, because you are building your business. So also, I said you offer them a cup of tea, offer them lunch. Then you give them, when it comes to occasions, give them gifts. Don't just sit and keep on waiting for them to come to the warehouse and buy from or on your number. Give them, recognize them, because these are very important people that are building your business. And remember, I said on closing, remember I said, a satisfied customer will always look for you. They'll always look for you. They'll call you. They'll look for you wherever. So that I remember a day ago, yesterday, a customer of mine who was buying like more than 5 years ago, and we lost touch. Yesterday, she's calling me and she wanted the full COVID program. And I told her, look, my dear, my friend, you were my customer, you are still my friend. Why don't you just join so that you can buy the products for yourself? And immediately, within no minutes, she wired the money, and the kit was delivered this morning. I mean, what is so good? Our products are so good. So always your customer will look for you, and they will always give you referrals. They are always going to refer you to somebody. So a satisfied customer will always look for you. They cannot go to anybody else. They'll always refer you to somebody. So thank you so much. Get up and do the business, because we have to make the money and help other people to do the same. Thank you so much, Judy. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Mary. And it's so exciting, especially when you are using the product and they can show on you. Let me tell you are going to attract other people to yourself. For me and Mary, there are some customers we have kept for 20 years. And let me tell you what happens is that you'll find that you'll be able to do 1,000 points, 1,500, 2,000 points. Like last month, Mary did over 2,000 points. That is the power of having customers. Because sometimes maybe you may not have the money to use to buy all the products for yourself. But at least when you have the customer, you'll find that as you're buying your customer, Sonda amekupatia profit nyingi sana, you can always be able to slip in a products of yours. If it is a Calmag, you can buy yourself 3NN, you buy yourself Omega-3 from all those profits. And let me assure you, you can be fully surprised throughout the year with the products, courtesy of your products. So I now want to read all those people who did their personal points, a minimum of 250 points. Minimum of 250 points, because that is the level at which you get a check. It is not that I don't appreciate your 10 points. No, I appreciate every bit of it. Even those who have done vitamin A and D, and those who have done 5 points, we really appreciate every point that you make. But we want to encourage you to do a minimum of 250 points, so that you can also be able to earn a check at the end of the month. I'm sure those people who became managers last month, you are able to earn your check, and you have already received your money. If it is not in your account, it's already in your M-Pesa. So kindly just look at the aside the people that need a minimum of 250 points and above. We have Joseph Fatituta and Esther Mutua, Bernard Mwamuye and Patience, Ruth and David Butala, Magdalene Kafuku and John Kitema, Agnes Atamba, Simeon Mereba Mongoni, Samson Ongogo and Grace Monyangi, Vane Ombogo, Rosemary Mwandoro and David Bonja, Ruth Rehema Mwashiwe, Shira and Mansuk Kimashia, Eunice Jerry and David Kimani Nderi, Jennifer Mudhui and Daniel Iriga, Rehab Nyokapi, Paul Peter and Edina Otieno, Rinette Mutoro Marombo, Julius Kibuba and Maureen, Agnes Kiptum and Matthew, Patrick Ben and Josephine, Joshua Mwangi and Naomi, Eunice and Bernard M. Jeru Morevi, Joel Onduol and Caroline Wasike, Constance Sarah Ouya, Catherine and Francis Jogona, Monica Mbungu and Geoffrey Muriungi, Matthew Musungu and Beatrice Sivuri, Jane Wero and Francis Wagura. We move on. Same Kamau and Marianne, Joseph Asewe and Sarome, Deriund Kinywa Mwambiria, Beatrice Gashungu and David Mutune, David and Juliet Andanje, Simeon Jumba and Emery Kefa, Evangeline and Robert Joka, Ridian Wamoyo Wanjiro, Rosemary Sewa and Peter, Anne Wamboi Maina, Catherine Kanywa and Peter Ngere, Amando and Mase Mukora, Karima and Ibrahim Ali, Catherine and Egesa, we are 300 now, and Kananu, Dorcas Jerop and Kandie, Beatrice Miu and Sira, James Degwa Kinywa, Lilian Induku and Beatrice Mbuvi, David Kibara Mutiria, Josephat and Redempta Sua, Sebendio Ongoro, Munyoki and Alice Wanja Mutua, Delphine Kinyamasio, Maurice Kiteme Mutua, Simeon Musembi and Regina Ndamboki, Mother Muluki and Michael Kitonga, Mwandegu Febronia, we are at 400 now, Daniel and Beatrice Makoha, Beatrice Kagendi Maingi, Mary Opoge and Charles Kemunto, Samson and Elizabeth, Bubendra Samikisha Shah, Henry Kissinger and Bibian, Joseph Mutei and Judy Ngina, Angelini Muma and Abanas Mutua. We at 500, Francis Oroko and Mwanaindi Makeo, Omar Abdallah and Shuma Omar 500, Sarah Wamboi Ngojiri, Joseph Motiga Ndegwa, Milka Eunice Bosire, Stanley Ngatimu and Susani Wangare, Samuel Asaria and Gladys, Mary Mande and Joseph, Idris Mapema and Mwana Arima 520, Elizabeth and Daniel Musao, Emma Nyaga and Daniel, Rachel Mwanyangwa, Harrison and Nancy Rivi, Susan Wairimo Kemani, Grace and Philip Mbosire, Pauline Mwende Mwindi, Priska Modoni. We are 600 now, Paul Moody and Emery Gumbi, Cicere Wanjanyaga, John Musioka and Margaret, Eric and Diana Ochieng, Joseph Wapuga Getanda, Charity Mulukia, Sila, Rivat Nyamwe and Ephraim, Joseph and Angeline Sigei, David Wambua Modeki, Philip Maviti and Nduku, June Kemunto and Jenny Mosetti, Savia Hasi, George Bosire, Anas Hamed Bakish, Mukira David and Betty Mwangangi, Coleman Samba Nyambu, Grandes Jura Monene, David and Magdalene Rubane, Masharia Patrick, friend Nyangate Feni Owino, we at 800, going to 900, Robert Jiju and Teresia, Charles and Judy Jero. I know I did some PV transfers and done over 1,000 points. And Grandes too and done over 1,000 points. She transferred some to lift up somebody. We always do that sometimes. Atieno, Jane and Eri Odiambo. Rael Omuyonga Namai, 1,000 points. Congratulations, Rael. David Mutu and Rachel Mudhini, 1,000 points. John Mwangi Mogo, 1,000 points. Catherine Wangare Nyambura, Joseph Mwangi. Just a minute. Catherine Wangare Nyambura, 1,028. Josephine Mwangi and Betty Kamoyo, 1,129. And Dixon and Joyce Shangara, 1,135. Kiprono Ricket Bet, 1,328. Ngao and Nan Ngao Mangati, 1,879. Mary and Steve Mengo, 2,663. She had every reason to tell us you can do personal points because she did it. Francis Charo Paul, 2,418. Bera Mary and John Bogongo. That was the highest. He did 6,060 personally. And that is a director under Eric Ochieng, the one who was teaching us about stepping up. So you follow the reader. And that means Mary has really found the sponsor and they have been able to do it very, very, very well. And, okay, sorry. And so what I'm telling you that it is possible, it can be done. If other people can be able to do it, you can also be able to do it. So we also want to recognize the one team, that the people that really support other teams. What happens is once you become a surveyor director and above, you also get your own printout. That printout has all the names of your team members. As a director, you are never given that printout from the company, but as a one team, you are given the responsibility of taking care of your team. And anytime the company wants to know who is traveling to another destination, it's only the one team members. And so I want to recognize Eric and Diana Ochieng. They are surveyor directors. They qualified last year and they have maintained their surveyor director, and they have every reason to teach us how to take your next step. We have Mbundi and Ved Mwangangi. That's a couple, they are surveyor directors. Actually, these people are over 10 years in the business. And let me tell you, they have a wealth of experience. And of course, we have Patrick and Naomi Mugambi. They have also been in this business for more than 10 years, and they are one team members. These are people who are never left for any trip. Ukisikia kama hizi photos, like the one you can see Naomi, we were taken in Dubai, and she is looking so happy. And on the background of that car, and no sooner than we came from Dubai, she was able to buy her own Subaru, and she is very excited. So if you do this business, you can buy all those things. Mugambi just bought a house the other day. I tell you, when you do this business for a reasonably long period of time, all the things that you're really looking for, you can be able to get them. And it is possible you can be able to get. This is Juliana Buffy. Most of the team in Malindi and Mombasa belongs to her. And she is doing a business in Kitui. And so if Juliana can be able to do it, you can also be able to do it. They are really supporting their teams to be able to step up to the next step. And now, on my closing points, I just want Joyce GICHURU, are you with us tonight? She had expressed that their power went out and they didn't have power. She was supposed to close for us today, but I think their power has not. Joyce, are you with us?
Hello. Hello.
Wow, you are there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank God.
Wow. Okay. I'll call you in 1 minute. I just wanted to confirm that you are there. So in my final close, what I can encourage you is that as a person in this team, and if you are seated on this call, remember, number one, you must take up leadership. When you take up leadership, your team is going to grow. Because people want to see that there's somebody who is there for them. People who can, when they have questions, there's somebody who can answer them. The other thing is, just develop a culture that is really going to help other people. And then remember, there's always the power of the product. Always know.
Uko nani?
Sorry, somebody has really interrupted us. Okay, good. So let me close it up. And so what I was saying is that you must know, if you really want to be paid, you must know that you have products that you must use. The products must move for you to get paid. For me to get paid, the product must move. Because, and that is why we make sure that we have our money. Sometimes ukienda kwa zile biashara zingine that you bring money and I bring money, sometimes you cannot invest that money and it gives you results very quickly. The other thing is that you must know that what works for you. Is it the product? Are you very keen on the business? What is working for you? Please work on it. And then you must have the knowledge that you really need to be able to build your business. We need the knowledge all the time. And that's why we are told that readers are readers. You need to keep on reading. I thank God for social media. They have given us so much information that we can be able to use to build our business. And so in my final close, I just want to, I invited somebody. We've been doing business with her for a very long period of time. She started this business when she was in Northeastern. And I can assure you today, she is very, very successful in the business. She's still working, but she retired, but she still has something else that she's doing alongside her business because, you know, money is never enough. And so I want to invite Joyce to take us through the final point. I really respect her. She has a lot of leadership skills. The things she can be able to do, I can promise you not many of us can be able to do it. I'm so proud of her anytime I see her. Tunakuanga kwa chama na yeye. She has displayed a lot of leadership. She has led us to great heights. Mpaka tukanunua ploti mahali. So Joyce, welcome on board.
Wow. Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
You can see me?
Yes.
Wow. Thank you very much for that introduction. I really, really appreciate. Thank you very much for having me in your training tonight. I'm humbled. As good evening, everybody. My name is Joyce GICHURU, as Judy has said. I've been in this business for a while, I think going to 17 years. I joined this business because I needed some additional income. By training, I'm a veterinary technician. At the village, when I work with you, I'll be called Daktari. I'm not a veterinary surgeon, I'm a veterinary technician. And that's what I trained in, looking after animals. And then I ventured into the beef industry. So I work in the meat industry, which I've done for many years. Mine tonight is just to say something small, not to teach, but just to give my story, just to encourage somebody there. If you listen to my story, maybe it will help you just hang on. When I come from a very humble background, I am the firstborn in a family of five. We were five, all of us, and brought up by a single mother after my dad remarried. And we were really, really down. We were living in a single room in Naivasha town. So that's how far my dreams come from. As a firstborn, I realized that it was my responsibility to take care of that family and to remove them from that poverty. Living in one room with 2 beds, sharing 2 beds between 6 people. How do you think you can make that equation? I shared my 1 bed with my 3 brothers, while my sister shared a bed with my mom. So as a girl, you can imagine what that meant. So I went to school, I studied very hard, I passed well, and I got admitted to college. I chose to do animal husbandry. And then I did meat inspection and hygiene. I did meat processing, abattoir operations, all those in quest to get more money. So when I got employed, I realized that my salary would never be enough. The money was very little. I tried to take care of the family. Remember, I told you we didn't have a home. So I knew I really had to do something for my family. And I realized I needed to do something. So in the process of working, I started a business just to earn some additional income. And of course, I started a butchery because that's what I was versed in. I started a butchery, which became 2, they became 3. But as the more I expanded, the more stress I got into. Because when you employ somebody and you're not present, you know what they do. They also have their dreams. They would steal from me, and at the end of the day, I'd be so tired and I'll be making nothing. Of course, we were looking like we are living well. We were living in a nice place. My kids went to good schools. I have 2 children, a boy and a girl. Unfortunately, I lost my daughter. And we were living well, and we took them to good schools. Nobody could tell that I was struggling. So one day I just whispered to God, I told him, I really need something else to do. And then just by coincidence in a chama meeting of ladies, one lady said, by the way, before you leave, there's something I want to share with you. So this lady, her name is called Esther. She shared this business with all of us. We were about 12 ladies. And I'm the only one who took it up, and I took it up actually immediately. If you, as a woman, you know how we do in Chamas. There's some money which we take to the bank. So that day, no money went to the bank because I insisted I have to borrow it. So they tore the bank paper they had filled, and they gave me the money. I gave to Esther, even without attending a meeting, and she registered me. She brought me my kit and my product. So I started. Like I told you, I joined the business to look for money, but I didn't know I needed the products. I was weighing 104 kilos at that time. I had very low energy levels. I had a very bad skin. I had actually chronic fatigue. I would go into a salon and 2 people would stand on either side of me so that I don't fall. In the dryer, somebody would make sure I'm near somewhere I don't fall. And then I would sleep throughout. In the matatu, I would just sleep. When I give the conductor some money for fare, by the time he gives me the change, I'm already asleep. It was very, very, very bad. And then I looked very, and then I also was tested, and I found out that I had high cholesterol. Now, when I came into this business and I was told about the products, of course, our first basic is to use the products. And I want to encourage everyone on this call. If you're not using these products, you will never be able to do this business. You'll never be able to even make somebody sell, let me say, you'll never be able to sell somebody a product, because it is by using that you get the benefits which you share with the people that you want to make your customers. So I started using the products. And actually, my first order made me a manager. I became a manager and I got my first check. But money aside, after I used the products, I used our weight loss program, which is the GR2. First of all, I did the detox. The distributor will understand detox program. And from that, I shared like 3 kilos. Sometimes when you see somebody very heavy, it's not just weight. There is some waste that somebody is carrying. So it's very, very important to first do a detox, which I did. I lost about 3 kilos. Then after that, I embarked on my weight loss journey. And in about 6 months, I lost 19 kilos in total. And I became a completely different person. People would pass me on the streets and wonder, is that Joyce? They would go and then come back to check whether it was me. So that time, now of course, I'm progressing and earning a bit of money as I went along. Now it was very easy even now to talk to people, because people could see a change in me, especially the health. Now my skin cleared. My cholesterol, when the doctor had told me to give me drugs, I had requested, can you allow me to use the products I have for a while? He said, okay, I'm giving you 3 months. And if your cholesterol is still not normal, I'll put you on medication. So actually in 3 months, all my levels were normal. They are measured in various levels. All the levels were normal. And he told me to continue what I was doing. So from there, I've never looked back. I'm a very, very good user. Every month I put down a list of what I need. Whether I have the money or not, I would like to encourage somebody, even if you cannot afford it, just put down what you need every month. And you know, as you put down, also God sees, and something happens. You'll get a customer like Judy has said, and you'll make some profit, which will help you to buy your products. I'm a very, very good user. I use all the ranges. I use the skincare. I use the energy. I continue using the weight loss, because as you know, especially women, and as you grow older, there's that weight that doesn't want to go. So you have to keep at least maintaining and also eating healthy. Now, on the business side, I continued earning from the manager's check, which was my first check was 275 shillings. And I was really excited. Why? Because the money I was earning from my other business, I could not save. And all the money was being stolen. And this one, I knew this is a check that I was going to bank in my own name. So I was very, very excited. And then I knew from where this 275 came from, more would come. And true to that, it happened. I continued. My first very good check, I got 7,800. You may think it's little money. I don't know. But for me, 7,800 that month, so some years, many years ago, it was a few, I think 2,000 difference with my net salary. The government salary was very bad. So I realized, so kumbe, I can earn more. And this to 7,800, I actually almost fainted. And I had a guest who had come to listen to our presentation. It was not a virtual meeting like this one. So she was asking me, why were you so shocked? I told her it's because I was not expecting this kind of money, and I'm very, very, very excited. So from there, I continued working and I continued sponsoring and helping people. Then I got posted I got an appointment to work with the AMREF Kenya in Kolokchogyo, and that I was still a senior manager at that time. When I got there, I realized I have to take ownership of my business. I was very far, about 1,000 kilometers away. There was no office nearby. There was nobody who knew Neolife. There was nobody who knew the products. So I just started simply. I invited 2 friends, then they became 3. One of the friends gave me he was a manager. He gave me a premises where I used to do my trainings. I used to do my cycle training every Tuesday at 6 to 7, whether we are 2 or we are 1. And we grew. Eventually, the company started supporting me. They would support me by hiring a hall for me. And then they would send me products through G4S. And it was really wonderful. To date, everybody asks me, why don't you go back to Lokchogyo? It was very, very, very good. And imagine you're in a place alone and you don't have somebody to give a testimony like I'm giving tonight. You don't have Gladys to tell us about the power of one. You don't have Mary to tell us about using the products. You don't have anybody. And I was able to do it. What the message I want you to get from this is that you must own your business, particularly the new people who are just joining. Own your business. Don't wait for somebody to do things for you. Just go out and do it. Just learn and do it. Because I had been trained, I just went and did it. I started with the simple cycle training. I was doing POPs. Then I would train one of my guests to be an MC. I started sponsoring. I could do all the sponsoring you have done. I could do the 3 in 30s. I became a 3 in 30, 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, superstar. I got all the gifts that come with it. Distributors, you know the gifts. I got all the gifts that come with it. And actually, I got up to all the gifts in the 3rd month. I carried the briefcase, the folder, the backpack, everything together on the same month. So I can tell you, if you own your business, things will work out for you. Even God also watches. Now, from there now, I continued. I became a director when I was in Lokchogyo. Can you imagine? 1,000 kilometers away, I was able to become a director. Then, of course, I came for recognition. I was taken to Intercontinental Hotel. I went back. Then again, I became an Emerald Director. I came again for a recognition. And that month, I was the only Emerald Director. Can you imagine? I'm traveling. People are asking, who is this and where is she from? That is the power of owning your business. Also, the other thing I want to tell you is that you must believe in yourself. If you had gone there and said, oh, I'm alone, what I would have just got finished. But I said, I believe in myself. I know I can do it. And I stuck to it. I worked very hard because I still had that dream of changing my family's life. Now, about my family, I've been able to, or rather, if I may talk about my benefits, I've been able to buy a plot, farm for my family. I settled my mother, built her a beautiful house. I took my sister to school. I took my brothers to work. I got them jobs. I got my children who went to good schools. My son went to Catholic University. My daughter went to USIU. I was able to do that using my salary, the money from my consultancies, and also the money from Neolife. Because in the bank, when the bank sees that every month there's some extra coming into your account, even if you want how much they'll give you. Okay, I didn't have to borrow so much. I was doing well. That is one. The other benefit I've gotten is the lifestyle. I was taken to Windsor Golf and Country Club for 4 days. And you know, at Windsor, you learn leadership. That's why you learn how to lead your team. You learn things that you didn't know before. You also learn even how to eat, because it was very funny because, you know, the buffet style of eating is not normal for most of us. So you find that somebody will go pick food, put rice, put meat, put chicken, put fish, put a banana on top. And imagine that food is there for you. You're allowed to go, even if you go 10 times, nobody will laugh at you. So one of the things that you learn from this business is that lifestyle, how to eat well, how to take care of yourself, the etiquette of when you go out. That has been a very, very big. And the most important is the leadership training that you get from Windsor Golf and Country Club. Now, how does my future look like? I am intending to drive myself at 80. I want to swim at 80. I want to travel the world. I'm eyeing a car called Mercedes 450 GLE. That's my dream car. That's the car I want to buy in the next exactly 4 years. That's what I want to drive. I want to be that show who drives herself, who does things for herself. Now, for those who are thinking about that you cannot do this business when you are old or you are retired. I retired from the government service at 60. I don't know how you are seeing me, the guys who don't know me, but I don't even feel a day over 60. I'll be 62 actually in September. I got an appointment from a government parastatal after retiring from the government. That's what I'm doing, because money is, like Judy said, is never enough. When you put 20 shillings from this side and 20 from the other side, you get 40. So I chose to continue working. I have a lot of knowledge in my line of training. So that's what they're using me for. I am setting up a training for them so that by the time I leave, I'll leave people to continue, because there are very few people who do what I do. Now, in closing, I would only say that I would like to encourage everybody on this call to take your business seriously, to believe in yourself, to believe in your life, because once you joined because for a reason. You always remember the reason you joined. That's the most important thing. I'm still here because of the reason that I joined. Even if I've gotten basically the basic things that I needed, I still feel now I want to work for myself. Like I've told you, everything I did, I have done for the family. Now I'm working for myself. Another thing I would like to say is you need to be consistent. Don't do this today and then you skip 2 months. This is not a business for once in a while. It's a business for all the time. Be consistent and God will reward you for that. But most important, never quit. No matter how bad the situation is, never quit. Call your upline, discuss with them, and never take your problems to your downlines. Just call your upline, discuss with them, and they'll be able to hold your hand and help you up. Okay, so that is what I would like to say for now. I wish everybody on this call all the best in the business. Let us continue working together. Let us continue supporting each other. Let us all meet at the beaches of the world. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joyce, for those encouraging ones. How important it is, because we are all Kenyans, and you know what, we identify with your story. Each of us goes through that phase of life. So we are sincerely so grateful for that story of yours. I'm sure somebody is going to take it up. They are going to use it to build their business. And in the process, you're also going to build your business. And that's from me. It's a good night. Thank you so much, Joyce. Thank you so much, all everybody who has attended this call, and everybody who has sent something, all our presenters this evening. May God bless you so much, and I wish you a great July month. Good night, and God bless you. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Fire. Bye, Judy. Bye, everyone. Asha Matowo. Bye.